Central and 8 o'clock Eastern. And I know we have some Chiefs fans that are torn right now. Go Chiefs! Because we're playing Monday Night Football tonight. So, and for those of you that are just coming on, it's my father-in-law, Glenn Shepard's 75th birthday today. So we're at Glenn and Jackie's house. So Jackie is recovering from foot surgery. So y'all say a prayer for her. And she's been in a little bit of pain. So y'all remember her in prayer. She's still not really available for LifeVantage work yet. We'll turn her loose in a few days. So we came to them, and I wanted to share my card for Glenn with you.
Oh my word!
Birthdays are like cheap underwear. They keep creeping up on you. So
can you believe he bought that card?
That's awesome.
Mine is beautiful.
That's awesome.
Beautiful about how wonderful a father he is.
So welcome everybody. Julie, are we recording? Yes, we are already.
I'm going to go ahead and mute all the lines, Mark. And so
okay.
Not sure if you'll get muted and have to unmute yourself or not.
Okay, great. Everybody. All right. So let's kick this thing off, and of course, welcome everybody. We think we have the best doggone team in all of LifeVantage. We're incredibly biased, but we think there's a providential component to this. And Krista and I spent the day just being grateful, talking about so many of our great, amazing leaders and how the Lord brought us together. And so we're mindful of you. And if you're brand new, that's the family that you have joined. And we saw this at this house 8.5 years ago in the living room, just on the other side of the building there. And we have been pinching ourselves ever since that we have been part of something so massive and that's brought so much life to people. And so we don't take that for granted, and we don't take you for granted. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to jump on this team call. And for those of you that are not on our team, and maybe on Mom Jackie's team or other teams, it's good to see you as well. Welcome. We had a few thoughts today. I do want to mention, first of all, that we are not on the eve of, but we're in Global Convention Month. We're just a couple weeks away. And I can't wait. It's become, convention only comes around every 18 months. And so if you miss one, you miss the big picture. You miss the international celebrations that we have of our distributors from Australia and Thailand and now Taiwan, and the EU will be coming, and all over the globe will be celebrating together in one place in Salt Lake City. So that if that has escaped you somehow, or if you're brand new, please check out. In fact, let me share the link, share my page, my desktop with you, and we'll just go through it real quick. This is, I'm going to get myself out of the way. I hope I've done that correctly, but there's our agenda for Global Convention in Salt Lake City, Wednesday, October 24th. We'll all show up and start buying swag, all the cool stuff in the LifeVantage store. And of course, registration, that'll open at 1 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, everybody that's Pro 6 and up will get together for a leadership meeting. They're typically just off the store venue. And then Thursday, we're introducing something new for all of you workout fiends, or those of you that want to become workout fiends. At 6:30 a.m., there's a biohackers workout from 6:30 to 7:30, and it will be fun, and I have a feeling it will be brutal. So
I'm not
for biohackers of all skill levels, that's going to be really fun and off the chain. Even if you just come to watch, I think that's going to be really fun, especially those of you East Coasters that are jet lagged and don't know what to do with yourselves at 6:30 in the morning. Come on over for the biohackers workout. Registration in the store opens at 8 o'clock. My encouragement for you would be just to get registered. Once you get on the ground in Salt Lake, anytime after Wednesday at 1 o'clock, go ahead and get yourself registered, because that can be some of the lengthiest process of the time, because typically the registration area is the store itself. And so you're waiting in line with people buying things. Then for those that have never been to the corporate offices, we have a beautiful headquarters there in Sandy, Utah. They're offering corporate office tours And there are departures happening on every 15 minutes, I believe, with a shuttle bus that'll drive you out to Sandy and drive you through. So it's a chance for us to go say thank you to all the people that answer our calls every day, that are making things happen there at the corporate headquarters. And it's just really fun to see what has transpired from a hotel room with some metal folding chairs now to a $200 million company and growing, and the exceptional leadership and people that the Lord's brought us as well. So that'll be happening Thursday morning during registration, and then the country meetings. Those of you that have business internationally are welcome to join those particular breakouts for the countries at 9 a.m. Thursday morning.
Or if you're potentially looking for business in other countries.
Absolutely. If you want to know
contacts, you need to know what's going on in those nations.
Yep. Absolutely. And you want to be networking with those leaders that are leading the charge in those nations. So that begins from 9, goes to 11 o'clock, and then general session after lunch on Thursday at 1 o'clock. That's 1 to 5. And then a big hootenanny welcome party, and there will be all sorts of, typically we have like a karaoke deal and ping pong tables set up and some finger food and that sort of thing. More details on the welcome party as we get closer to the event on Thursday. And then full-blown convention schedule Friday and Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. general session, breakout sessions at 2 o'clock after lunch, general session that night, Friday night, with Rita Davenport. She's hilarious, longtime network marketer, leader in the industry. She's a riot, and she's pretty deep as well. Some great stuff from Rita that you'll hear. Andy Andrews will be closing our general session on Saturday. That starts at 9 a.m. Break for lunch, 2 hours, and then 2 to 6. It's going to be an awesome event. I will tell you this: our numbers are not quite as strong as they were for Anaheim for some reason. So I don't know what we need to do. Maybe people it's snuck up on people faster than perhaps they thought it would, but it's here. So make sure that if you've not booked your hotel room, if you've not yet booked your flights and your registration, you need to get that done post haste, because those flights fill up, the hotel rooms fill up. On the bottom of this page, and I'm just on the bottom of lifevantage.com now. I clicked on the link, and these are the hotels that have been blocked for LifeVantage, and there's still quite a few available. Hilton, Radisson, Marriott, Sheraton, Plaza Hotel, Holiday Inn, Hotel Monaco, and Krista and I and her mom Jackie, we've really enjoyed Little America down the street on the light rail line. It's a 10-minute walk or a 4-minute rail ride.
Uber.
Really short. And I think the weather's supposed to be really, really nice. It always has been in October in Salt Lake. So let me stop sharing that screen. And there we are. So when we were talking about what the content of tonight's call should be, we became aware of a couple things going on. One, it's October 1st. Woo-hoo! And obviously getting a little chilly where we are here in the Midwest. It is 90 days till the end of 2018, right? It's flown by. And I want to pick up a refrain that was started a couple weeks ago from our Puerto Vallarta attendees, David Meissner, Stephanie Keisman, and others. They had some time with some of our amazing leadership on the corporate side and the field side. One of those meetings happened to be with Taylor Worry, who is Eric Worry's son. Some of you will have seen the video that Stephanie did. Others will have not. And so I wanted to take up the challenge that was issued from Taylor to some of the leaders that were there in Puerto Vallarta, that we do a 90-day run, a 90-day love challenge, if you will, that we identify 100 people. So here's how the challenge is going to go. We're going to make a list of 100 names. And over the next 90 days, in sort of 10-day increments, we're going to make a list, and then we're going to start calling those people and setting up appointments with them just to love on them, just to tell them how much they mean to us, to find out how they're doing. You haven't talked to your cousin in 10 years. Now would be a good time. And what Taylor's intention was, or his encouragement behind that thought, was that because this is a relational business, people don't do what we do because of what we do. They do what we do because of why we do it, and because we have relationships, and because they trust us. And that's the way the network marketing is supposed to work. And so we are going to spend the next 90 days focused on creating and reestablishing great relationships. And we've seen this for the last 8.5 years that we've been involved. As you have those conversations with people, and as you convey that love and affirmation and value and recognition and all those things that we value as human beings, there will be opportunities for people to ask what we're doing. They just will. And so you should have a tool or something ready. But really, this is not about exposures. This is about being better people, being the leaders that we were created to be. And out of that intentionality, our primary cause, business and blessings will flow. That's the way we believe it. And so we wanted to set this date, October 1st, as a starting point for those of you that want to
started yesterday.
want to join us and take up the challenge. If you don't have a goal right now written down someplace, let me encourage you to start there. For those of you that are Pro 4s and up, you were able to join the leadership call this morning with Scott Satterfield that Dave Fleming hosted. And Scott was talking about this very point. You can have your goals and you need to have them written down, short-term, mid-term, and long-term. And then you need to set that aside and you need to call your team, if you have one, and ask them what their goals are. Because if you help enough people in your team reach their goals, guess what happens? You will reach your goals. You don't need to be encouraging people to join you on your goal. You need to be joining other people, help them realize their goals. So let's do both. I don't know if you want to.
I just want to talk about what that looks like. What the last 2 days have looked like for me on trying to love on more people. And honestly, I'm just trying to take it for what it really is. I'm trying not to go, okay, I don't want these people to feel like that I'm just trying to get them in a business, because honestly, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to redirect my my attention and redirect my focus on blessing others for the next 90 days. So this is what I've done. Now, I've been incredibly intentional on the last 2 days because y'all know my schedule. I'm a mom and I have 2 days a week that the kids are gone from in the morning until 3. And then the other 3 days a week, I have a senior in high school that shows up at 1:30 and we do a songwriting and composition internship. So I'm part of her accountability. So I have to make sure she's there and doing all this kind of stuff. So I sort of lose a little bit of my work day. So I'm using Facebook right now, but I'm also using my phone, and I'm going through literally with my heart open. I'm just going, I just want my heart to be open to whatever, whoever I'm feeling led to. And it's not to get them in the business. It is to reconnect on a deeper level with what's going on in their own lives. So I just loved it when it was communicated to us, love on 100 people for the next 90 days. I thought, my stars, that's what we do anyway.
Right.
I mean, it's not, if you're not loving on people, then maybe this isn't the company for you. If this isn't about helping and loving on people and being considerate about who's around you and who needs to be blessed by your life and how much they have to offer to you, then what is it, right? I mean, this is a relationship business where we want to connect and bless others. So I went through my phone and I'm going down my little stream of messages on Facebook, and you have to take that for what it is. I'm not a huge Facebook person, and is that I'm sort of looking at those people who need some encouragement right now. Some people are just talking about silly stuff, but some people are talking about their kids that have just been in serious amounts of surgery. And another friend of mine just retired. Well, her mom retired. So there are things, and they were celebrating her today. So there's certain things that I'm just going, okay, I'm just going to keep my heart open to what I feel led, who I feel led to connect to, who I feel led to congratulate, who I feel led to to reconnect with. So just make it practical. I spend a certain amount of time doing it. I don't get caught up in Facebook. Facebook for me is to be a blessing to other people and to intentionally make decisions on trying to put something in the hands of these people that would bless them. And if it's not product or business for them, then it's just deeper relationship. And that's, that's what our goal is. And so that is what the LifeVantage family is about. And a lot of times, we've been in the process of looking for a church to sort of reconnect with. We've been at church, but we're trying to sort of figure out which one is the best one for us. And I said to Mark one day recently, I said, the thing I love about LifeVantage is that as we've looked around at different things, different businesses that have come and gone, we have felt at home. We have felt at home with this community. And that's what happens at church, right? So you can get truth like lots of different places. You can get revelation in a lot of different places, and you can connect, or like the speaker or the pastor, at lots of different places. But there comes a sense that you're at home.
Or the donuts.
My kids like the donuts at our church. Anyway,
so wrong. It's so wrong.
Just a point to say, this is the community of LifeVantage, and we love it. And we love it. And we want to continue to foster a relationship business where we're being a blessing to others.
So
be practical. Set your goals.
We have sort of incorporated that philosophy from very early on in our business. That, as Eric Worre says, a conversation, a good conversation is way better than a good presentation, right? Because it's a relationship business. But we are talking about being intentional with loving people, with being gracious to people, with listening to people, with finding out where they are, and having the discipline to, even when it's tempting, to roll out a presentation right there. Let's say they ask you, well, what are you guys doing? What's this nutrigenomic LifeVantage network marketing home-based business thing? Just don't do it. Make another appointment and keep this about them. I just want to, it's an emotional investment, right? It is a deposit in their bank account.
Because if you don't care about people, nobody wants to get involved with you anyway.
Yeah, it's just yucky.
That's right. It becomes sales.
Yeah, that's the old school network marketing. Don't do that. So we want to share that with you. And I would just say, I want to reference and give credit to where credit is due. Krista set the bar for us very early on. Some of you know the story. We had been in LifeVantage just a few weeks, maybe a month or two, and she came to bed one night. It was late, 11:30. And as she lay down in bed, she let out this massive sigh and sat back up in bed. I said, baby, what's wrong? She goes, I didn't do my one thing. So what are you talking about? She said, I told myself if we did this LifeVantage thing, I would do one thing every day. I'm going to try to get my flashlight on so you can see us.
It's getting dark. Yeah.
I would do one thing every day to help build our LifeVantage business. And I said, well, it's late. You go, girl, because it's 11:30 at night. What the heck are you going to do? So now I'm feeling guilty and curious. Krista disappears for about 15 minutes, and she came back to bed. I said, what'd you do? So, well, I emailed, I think it was her friend Jennifer. So I emailed Jennifer, and I just said, hey, we've started something new, and we really need to talk, or there's something I got to show you, something like that. And I thought, oh, well, that was really smart, because you can do that in 15 minutes. That is what I want to encourage us all to do. One thing every day, because procrastination will absolutely destroy this initiative.
It'll destroy your life.
Well, yes, that was not
life.
hyperbolic, true, but small steps, baby steps here. It will destroy this 90-day run for you. Procrastination, if you wait till tomorrow, it just won't happen. And your goals will be unmet come January 1st, or by Charleston Elite Academy, or whenever your goal has been set. I want to encourage you to set some goals, some hard stop, absolute written down goals by October 24th, so that you have made some progress. You've talked to 50 people or 100 people or 30 people by the time we meet in Salt Lake City. Your life will be changed. You will be a different person when we meet in Salt Lake City. If you've done that, it's kind of like making your bed. That little tiny step of discipline and performance and execution will fundamentally compound upon itself.
So I have an idea. I think that we should have a report back next week.
Yay!
Don't you? I do. So I'm at 2 a day. So next week I should be at 14 because I started a day earlier. So I'm just saying, I think we should be really super practical and not be lofty about this. So let's just be accountable to each other as a team, that we love on 2 people a day. And you know what? If you get really lovey, then do 5 in one day. Just find a time to love.
So practical steps. It's going to look different for you. And one of the things I appreciated that Taylor shared with Stephanie is that if you can set appointments for people that are in your area, take 10 to 14 day increments and make your appointments during that window. Because if you're trying to talk to 2 people a day and have meetings with 2 people a day, that's going to be very complicated if you have any sort of family, right? Especially if you have kids. Trust us, we know. So set a window, a block of time for those invitations, set a block of time for the appointments, etc. There was something else I wanted to share and I forgot it. So forgive me. With that, 21 past the hour, that's not bad. Thanks everybody for jumping on.
That was pretty fast.
Pretty fast. Julie, let me kick it back over to you. Anything you want to add, subtract, delete, modify, edit? I'm going to kick it back over to you, and you close us up as you see fit.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Hey, I love the loving 100 people. And it reminds me, Mark, I was wondering if you remembered one time when you came here to visit. I mean, well, actually, you didn't come to visit. You know, you came to help us with our business. But, you know, we had a little extra time, and you were like, hey, let's just call some people and bless them, you know, without having, you know, any preconceived plan of sharing business with them. And we took some time to do that, and it was really valuable. So I'm excited about this. And I just wanted to share too that at 9 o'clock tonight, Gabe Pearson is going to be doing a Zoom webinar. And tonight he's having Dr. Melody Rodart on, and she's a new Pro 7, which is really exciting. So hopefully you can get a guest or 2 on there. So that's all that I have, Mark. Happy birthday to Glenn for sure. He's such a blessing. And so I just want to thank everyone.
I just remembered.
Pardon me?
I just remembered the thing I wanted to share. For those people of faith who normally make it a principle to not work on their Sabbath, be it Saturday or Sunday or some other day of the week, I want to encourage you to maintain that and retain that discipline to not work on your Sabbath, but take that time that you would normally be working, or it's something like this, a 90-day run that you'd be doing one thing every day. Take that time and either pray for that person if you're a person of faith. If not, write them a card and or find some way to express appreciation on whatever your day off is. And we recommend that everybody take one day off a week. Whatever that day off is, make an extra effort to think of and do something special for at least one person on that day. So that was
awesome. All right. Well, I just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. It's always good to see everybody's smiling faces, and I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing everyone at convention later on this month. So thanks so much for joining us. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Night. Thank you.